Hello everybody and welcome to this game of StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. I am Sprawl and I'm going to be taking you through this ladder replay of, it's going to be KoMA. He spawned in the bottom right hand corner as the red Terran, and in the top left hand corner we are going to have SaikOuLighT. And this is going to be on Akilon Wastes. This is one of the maps that debuted in the Heart of the Swarm beta. It's now in the ladder pool, obviously, and we've seen a lot of great games on this map so far. It is a very kind of macro-orientated map. It's pretty easy to secure your third and fourth. Kind of have a choice if you want to take out those destructible rocks here. You can kind of use these this rock tower to kind of block off this base here, or if you're confident enough, you can kind of block off here and take your base. There is a decent amount of drop space in the back of that this natural third, but still players opting to go for that for their third base. So yeah, interested to see what we're going to see in this game. So far we just have a supply depot down, barracks going down as well at the top of the ramp for KoMA. Again, very standard. Looks like he is queuing up his gas, so going to be doing some sort of play before moving into that expansion. I suspect anyhow maybe we'll see Reapers. It's been pretty popular so far with their new healing out of combat ability. Pretty darn good. And we're just going to see Psycho go for a 15 hatch. So he's going to be going for that macro play. Probably going to drop a pool pretty quick afterwards. And yeah, not really sure what we're going to see out of KoMA. He's got 3 SCVs on gas so far, and it's kind of an interesting route that this Overlord's taken. It's not going all just straight to the base. He's actually going up and to the right a little bit. So interesting. And then actually sending that second Overlord. He is queued. Where is he going? So yeah, he's going to go here and then head over to the back of the one of the third bases like we were talking about. So he's going to be able to have a pretty good scout on when that base does get dropped. I believe this will actually just go right in and scout the natural. But yeah, we'll find out shortly. Looks like Psycho has taken his gas. He's got his pool coming down as well. And we saw, yep, we got Reapers out. So we got SCV coming out. This is going to be the first scout so far for KoMA. And he's going to see that hatchery, and yeah, we're going to see if he can do any damage with these Reapers, as long as you don't let them die. That's really the goal, because obviously they do regen health out of combat. Looks like we are going to have this bunker build that I think it was TvZ using it in the MOG, and I'm sure other Terrans were using it as well, but it is pretty darn good. You drop that, you drop the bunker here. You got a Reaper coming in, and you can kind of just harass with the Reaper as needed, and then throw him inside of the bunker. And that bunker is completed. It actually did not have any anything contesting it, and very nice micro there by Psycho. He actually almost lost a drone, and then threw him into the extractor being built there. So he's not going to go down. Trying to take out some links here. Does get 1 kill. Looks like he's going to get a second. And yeah, the benefit to having that bunker there is obviously being able to micro back and forth. Second Reaper does show up to the scene, so looks like Psycho is going to try and take this out. Does lose another Zergling. And doing good micros. KoMA actually threw that SCV inside of the bunker when he didn't need to repair with it. Looks like we're going to have more Zerglings going down. So it looks like Psycho is having a bit of an issue dealing with this. All those lings end up going down. Looks like the Queens are going to try and corner these Reapers, but of course they can go up on to the high ground, and they even got a heal off in the midst. Looks like they're going to try and take out some drones now. Doing a good job microing back the weak ones is Psycho. He's going to try and minimize this damage as much as possible. If you look at the workers killed, 5 workers killed so far. These Queens are going to try and rid these guys out of his base. Looks like there is a salvage, and KoMA has done as much as he feels he needs to. Behind this, he's got his expansion on the way, and I have heard that, yes indeed, you need to have that second command center up to make this really worth it, and that's actually not going to keep him ahead. That's going to keep him stable with whatever Psycho is going to do. And it looks like we do have all these lings on the way. Are they going to be able to do anything? Behind this, you have 7 drones in production. Here they come up into the natural. Oh, almost. That was pretty close. That supply depot was up for a split second. Looks like Psycho will be able to pick off a mule, gets an SCV, and even gets another one there. So Saiko doing a pretty decent counterattack, losing a couple of lings here to some Hellions, but momentarily did stop mining at that natural, took out a couple SCVs as well. So not a bad play, not a bad play. Looks like we have Stim on the way from KoMA. He only has one barracks out right now, so pretty minimal production. He's got those Hellions on the way as well. Looks like he is going to move up to a total of 6, and then he might switch into some other tech. This is what I have been seeing. This is what I have been observing. And yeah, Saiko's just moving, Saiko. I'm still struggling without saying, for casting so many games where I said Saiko. It's definitely different to switch it up. Here is a little bit of harassment, taking out some creep tumors, doing a little damage to that queen, and trying to keep him away is our Zerg player. KoMA's just trying to keep the Zerg player on his toes. That is exactly what you want to do. Do not want to let that let the Zerg player just go all out with the drone production, making sure those attacking units are produced as well. 2 evolution chambers on the way, and just checking for a third base up here, but indeed there is nothing there. He doesn't actually know about that base down there, so nothing going to go down harassment-wise in that respect. Gonna leave that base alone, and looks like some more Zerglings do get fried up. Some fried Zerglings, nothing wrong with that. Have a barbecue with them, and looks like we got some more barracks on the way. Set of barracks as well. So we're gonna have a total of 3 barracks. Another reactor going down. We have a 3rd command center up, producing SCVs. It's actually a Baneling nest on the way for Saiko here. When we take a look at the units tab, we got 45 drones to 36 SCVs. Looking pretty good is Saiko. He's got the worker advantage, as he should. He is up a base. Well, technically not. Technically, he has 3 command centers, does KoMA, but obviously that 3rd one is not mining any minerals. It is just producing SCVs right now, gaining some energy for those mules, and it looks like we do have more going on outside of the natural here, and KoMA's doing a pretty good job just trying to keep that creep spread to a minimum. Sorry about that. And 4 queens are out on the middle of the map for Saiko. Looks like he's going to try and do a bit of a run by. There go those lings, and they're actually going to partially cut off, trying to see if they can do any damage here. And that one Hellion is very, very low. If he gets poked once, will go down, does go down. Looks like there is going to be a run by though, and is there anything here to deal with this? There is a good amount of Marines. They do have Stim, but here come these lings. They're going to come up into the natural, thinking twice though, going to head on back home, or back at least for the meantime. Maybe morph into some Banelings. That would be interesting. And Overseer on the way. These queens are finally able to spread some more creep, but these Reapers and Hellions have been pretty irritating, and it looks like we have centrifugal hooks on the way as speed for those Banelings, and we also have ventral sacks as well. Allows those Overlords to do some drops if he so chooses. Might decide to do some Baneling drops. I haven't seen that in a while, and it looks like these Hellions are going to come back in. These Lings are kind of cornered here and actually dropping some creep, so this command center cannot go down right away. Trying to get us around here is Saiko, and actually takes out quite a few Hellions. Only 1 left. And these Lings will get cleaned up, but again, not bad harassment at all coming out of Saiko. That Overlord will get shooed away, but not before pooping all over that 3rd. That is just unfortunate. And actually a bunker going down for KoMA. Gonna want to protect that as best he can. Obviously a good idea. Got Widow Mines out on the map shortly here. We got 2 on the way, and it's a little bit late. Usually we see those a little bit earlier, but I guess Hellion production did stunt the Widow production, or Widow production, yeah. Dying husbands everywhere, and dying wives. Anyhow, Widow Mine production is what I was going for. Here comes a bit of an engagement. Stim goes down, but getting a nice surround does Saiko, and actually getting a couple Banelings hits, but not a bad pickup using those afterburners. Is he going to drop inside of the main? Even if he does, Saiko is all over this. He's got Lings already streaming in, and KoMA does see this, decides not to drop right there, actually going to an area where he is off creep. And I don't think Saiko has actually spotted this yet. Every Marine does get dumped onto the ground, and here comes a Stim, going to run on in, see if he can get any drones. Only gets 1, I believe, and they are going to head on out. Missing some action here, actually. There's 2 Marines and 2 Widow Mines that were trying to get some stuff done. Trying to, again, take away from the creep spread, just put some pressure on while he is expanding to his 3rd, getting that all locked down. These Medivacs are still over here hanging out. And right now, the tech for our Zerg player, he does have Spire finished up, so now he's going to start going for these Mutalisks, but before that, he really only had Ling Baneling, so definitely nice to go for that. Here comes a run-by, totally missed that going on, and taking out a couple SCVs. If you look at the workers killed, not too much damage being done on either side so far. And we're just going to wait and see if these Mutalisks are able to get anything done. More Lings running out on the map. There is no missile turrets out so far, so nothing, no Mutalisks are suspected from our Terran player quite yet. We see 3 Widow Mines are going to lead the pack in this respect, and I actually saw a really interesting article today. I have to go back and look at it a little more, and it's about basically how to go about efficiently running across Widow Mines, especially with Speedlings and that kind of thing, without getting too much damage to your units. And here come these Lings. They're going to get a little bit done here. There is that bunker there that is making use of itself, that is for sure. But these Lings are being very, very annoying. At the same time, actually setting up for another attack. These Mutalisks are actually going to come around the back. Those Banelings and Lings are going to stay over there. But yeah, definitely check out that post. It was on This Week in StarCraft, I believe, for this week. And a little bit of math in there, so it is a bit, it is a little complex, but you'll understand. It's really not that bad. And it's more or less just talking about how life was very efficient against his trades against Flash. And Scan going down, wondering if he get anything done, is KoMA, and it looks like he is going to stim in. There's a ton of Widow Mines back here. He's going to try and kite all these units back to them, I am sure. But whether or not Saiko is going to bite is going to be the question here. Just a nice spread going down so far for Saiko. He is ready for anything. Has these Mutalisks coming out on the map as well. More Banelings in construction up here. Those could prove to be pretty deadly against this mineral line. And looks like we haven't actually resaturated the gas here. Here comes some Mutalisks, and I don't think that they... Oh, they have an Overseer, so they definitely see these Widow Mines just getting out of range in time so they do not detonate. Here comes a bit of a flank. Coming in from the backside is Saiko, and is he going to be able to get anything done? There is some decent Widow Mine hits, but again, fighting away from those Widow Mines is exactly what Saiko is doing, and it's working very, very well, taking out that whole army. Look at all that blood. That is a beautiful battlefield, and yeah, Saiko doing very, very well. The supply is plummeting for KoMA. Trying to get another surround. There is some Widow Mines here. One is about to engage. It does take out a handful of Lings, but these Mutas are really the issue here, taking out another Widow Mine, and he will be able to pick up these Medivacs. Another one shows up to the scene. Miss Rally, unfortunately, and actually I've totally missed a drop in the backside. I don't know how much that actually got done. If we take a look, just a couple workers killed, but at the same time, we have Saiko just coming into the third base, wrecking all the defense here, which is pretty much only a bunker. There was a missile turret in the middle here that did get defeated, but against Lings does not stand a chance, even with these Mutas. They do have, I believe they have +1 attack, they do. And KoMA's just trying to well, not remax, but remake his army so he can attempt to defend this, and I don't know if he's going to have enough, though. He's got a lot of Marauders, a couple Marines as well, but looks like Saiko just happy with the damage that he got done. He's going to head on home, maybe regroup, go for another attack afterwards, and actually that orbital did survive, so he's going to be able to land that back there, start mining out of it as soon as he can. 48 SCVs to 66 drones. Our Zerg player is on 4 bases right now, doing fairly well, and actually there's still a Medivac back here, but nothing inside of it. Going to send 1 Mutalisk, actually a handful of Mutalisks to go kill that. Obviously Saiko does not know that it's completely empty, but he will kill that, and every kill counts, especially Medivacs. Medivacs are those kind of units that, especially if they build up a lot of energy, they can be very, very effective, and yeah, obviously pair very well with stimmed Marines and Marauders. Marines and Marauders will be pretty darn useless without those healing units. And looks like we got Burrow on the way, Hive is on the way as well, Pathogen Glands, so probably moving into, not probably, but most definitely moving into Infestors. You would not get that upgrade otherwise. It's going to make them start with a little bit more energy here, and setting up a bit of a defensive wall here is KoMA. He's got some Widow Mines there, he's got a bunker there, and scanning to see if he can get anything done. Looks like these Lings are going to try and cut off some of these units and just gets a good surround, at least a decent one, and those Widow Mines did go off, I believe. I actually wasn't really looking at them. I was watching all these Banelings explode all over, and looks like these Mutalisks are going to survive. There's not a lot of Marines here. There is a couple active Widow Mines, though, that have not gone off, and here they go. Are they going to go off? No. One does go off. There it goes. and actually going to head back over to the third base, taking out a couple more SCVs before getting out of there. And these banelings are still existing. I don't know why they haven't been told to go do anything yet. Baneling does explode, sets this building on fire, so that will slowly start dying. As you can see, as soon as it's on fire, it can start doing that. Going into the red, gonna want to repair that is KoMA. And Saiko just doing a really good job of just efficiently attacking, taking out units so KoMA cannot get comfortable with his makeup that he is going for, which is mainly Marine Marauder Widow Mine, which is a pretty interesting composition. Looks like Saiko has an Overlord at that potential fourth base, going to be able to block that with creep once again. And yeah, just gonna try and move out once again is Saiko. I'm sure he's looking to get max. He's very, very close. He's got weapons 3 melee on the way. He's got adrenal glands on the way and level 3 armor. So that is very, very nice upgrades for a Zerg player. If we take a look at one of these units here, looks like 3 armor. Do we have attack as well? So these are all 3/3 Marine Marauder, so are going to be very efficient. Taking out some SCVs in the front line with all of those banelings, but it looks like there's still a lot of Marine Marauders left after all the Ling Baneling do go down. So Saiko in a little bit of a scramble here, going to want to remax with some Zerglings so he can kind of have a bit of a buffer before those expensive units come in and deal the damage. There were some key fungals, but look at how much. 1 HP on that Medivac. That is absolutely ridiculous. And stimming again is KoMA. He's dropped a Widow Mine here. He has a decent kind of arc going on. And going to want to burrow those other Widow Mines. Here comes another engagement. Investors coming in, landing a couple fungals, but again, there's not a lot of these low-tier units for Saiko to tank all this damage. Looks like there is a number of Zerglings back here, though. They could absolutely come in one side and sandwich on the other. Going to get a scan and realizes that he is going to sacrifice his space. KoMA just going to stim in, stim out, taking out that expansion, and it looks like Saiko feels like he has enough units to engage here, sending all his Lings and Banelings in, getting a lot done, and I believe this will get cleaned up. Looks like KoMA is plummeting supply. He does not have a fourth base, so he is slowly running out of minerals. I am sure he's completely mined out of his main, mined out of that gas as well, and that does get cleaned up. Did lose a base, did Saiko, but he's making another one down here. Not a big deal. He didn't even want those minerals anyhow. And look at that streamline. That train of drones are going to head down there. And yeah, just going more infestors, not changing up his tech too much is Saiko. He's just going to remax with some infestors, probably some banelings as well, and Zerglings obviously. So Mutalisk, Zergling, Baneling, Infestor, pretty good composition. Here come these rolling Banelings, do not get anything done unfortunately. If those Marines weren't right there though, those definitely could have been devastating. And looks like we are going to see another move out by Saiko. Just kidding, heading on back and creating a bunch of Banelings here. And that's definitely going to be what Saiko wants to do. There's only a couple Marauders in here, majority Marines, so those are obviously very effective against Marines. These Mutalisks are thinking about coming around the backside. There is only one missile turret here. Here they come, and actually taking a handful of SCVs off the line. These are actually going to head out and try and engage in a push here, and looks like KoMA just doesn't even care about these Mutalisks. He's just going to head on out, try and get something done. I think he realizes he's a little bit behind in economy, not a little bit, quite a bit. He's been on 3 bases for quite a while, losing SCVs quite a bit as well. Broodlord's on the way, and I don't think these are actually going to get done. They're almost there, but scan going down, he is going to see that this is happening, and no, they will get down though. Wow, that was perfect timing for Saiko. He's got Baneling coming in, and he did take out a majority of this army already. These Broodlords are just going to be icing on the cake. GG from KoMA. KoMA did a very, very nice job in that game, but unfortunately it was just a little bit too behind in a lot of cases. And Saiko is going to take the victory there. Grats to him. Hopefully he's working his way back up to Grandmaster. Love to see the rankings of these two players right now. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that game, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.